Hello everyone. Welcome to this space. It's always so nice to have you guys here. This is Simone from the Euphoric Garden. And I have a couple of announcements to make. And the first one is I have a website for my art projects that I have been working on for the past year. It is all astrological and it is all earth-based. So I am in the process of creating a sun sign chart for everyone using botanical designs as well as a moon sign chart. And eventually I will get to the rising signs as well. The link will be in the description box below for those of you who are interested in buying a t-shirt, a canvas bag, and stickers. There will be so much more coming your way. I have so many other projects in mind for the years to come, and I would love for you guys to come along this journey. And if you want to support me and my business as an artist for Euphoric Garden, the link will be in the description box below if you're interested in any of those products to support this channel and my business. The second announcement is I am going to begin giving personal readings in the month of May. These readings will be at a price of $15 for one question. For 5 questions, I will price it around $75. That also includes a couple of oracle messages, clarifying cards, and any advice that you may need regarding the questions that you have. Again, the link will be in the description box below for you guys to book a personal reading with me, and it's going to be on euphoricgarden.com with all of my other art projects there, and collectibles and clothing and apparel and all of the astrological goodness that you guys will find there in the near future. And I'm actually really excited about this. It's been a long time coming and it's a slow process, but with your support I feel that we can create a very beautiful community here. Much love and light to all of you, and let's go ahead and jump into your general messages. Hey everyone, hey Aries, happy birthday to all of you. This is going to be your general messages for April. I know I wasn't here in March. There's a lot going on in life right now, and it kind of took me away from recording for YouTube, and I'm really sorry about that, but you know, life happens and sometimes you have to focus on one thing and then give the other one a rest. But haven't forgotten about you guys, okay? This is for your sun and your rising signs. So for those of you who have Aries in those 2 big placements, these messages are for you, okay? Happy April, happy spring. I hope that you guys enjoyed the last bit of winter wherever you are in the world, and I hope that you're also feeling these beautiful spring energies and vibrations as they are upon us now, okay? So Aries, let's go ahead and jump into your reading for Aries sun and rising signs for April of the year 2023. Aries sun and rising signs for April 2023. Messages for both Aries and Taurus. Yes, so if you have Taurus in any of those 2 placements too, happy birthday to you as well, since we are reading for the month of April, which includes both Aries and, oh wait, no, Aries, yeah, I was right, Aries and Taurus. Okay, I almost skipped to Gemini, but Aries and Taurus. Let's see, you guys. Let's see. We're going to pull 2 oracle messages, okay, and then we're going to jump into the tarot. These readings are not going to be as long as I normally would have them, so we're going to try to just cut to the chase and get your reading out there, and try not to prolong your reading because I feel like I give too much information in one video. But you know, I'm trying to change it up a little bit. For Aries, universe, source, angels, guardians, sun and rising signs for their April 2023 messages. Let's see, Aries, what the universe is guiding you to do, what it wants to speak to you about. Okay, so you have accept heaven's help. And it says, you've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you, which makes a lot of sense, right? Bottom of the deck, you have watch your thoughts. And it says it's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. So there's something here, Aries, in the month of April where you've prayed for something in March, February, January, the months prior to April, and you may have a tendency, and this is what your spirit guides are saying, or your creator or your higher self is trying to tell you, is that you tend to get in your own way, and you tend to get in the way of the ebb and flow of the universe. So if you pray for something, right, don't start to block the ebb and flow, because you may start to pray for something, but then you start to have this sense of anxiety in your mind and in your heart regarding, how is this going to play out? Are my prayers being answered? How are they going to be answered? Am I going to get what I want? Am I going to get what I need? What's going to happen? If you've prayed for something, you can't pray with doubt. When you ask the universe for something, having doubt in your heart is already a block in itself. Take a deep breath and just remember that what you've asked for is being heard, right? So if you ask for a new car, you can get in your own way by, I'm trying to think of a scenario where you can block that blessing. Maybe if someone wants to offer you a car, they said, hey, I just want to give you this car, right? And the universe is using that person to gift you a car. It could be a family member, could be a friend. And you may be so stubborn, Aries, where you're just like, I'm not going to accept a free car. I'm going to pay for it. You know, and maybe you have in your mind you want to save money for a car and pay for it. And you've been saving money, but then somebody just gives you a car. You can actually block that blessing by not accepting the car from that person, because you're just like, well, what is it that you want from me? Like, what is, you know, do I need to pay you? Do I need to do this? Like, sometimes we can block our own blessings when the universe is literally trying to give us something, right? If you pray for a new house, but then the universe gives you a place where it's in an environment that you're not used to, so you kind of push away from it, you know, that's also a block. It just all depends. You know what I mean? If you want better friendships, it's not going to help you holding on to the friendships you have now that are no longer serving you. You know what I mean? If you ask the universe for a car that works properly, you know what I mean? Or if you want a car, maybe you want to get your car fixed, but the universe is like, it's going to cost too much money to get your car fixed, so we're going to give you a new one. You know, it could be a lot of things. The way the universe answers your prayer may not be exactly the way you wanted it to be answered, but it's actually better than what you anticipated. So don't let your doubts or your fears get in the way of what you're praying for here. And it could be your career, it could be a relationship, right? Could be a soulmate you're praying for, it could be better friendships, but there are certain things that you do, Aries, that can block this, and you really need to pay attention to it. Okay, if you're thinking about what you want, but then you start thinking about, yeah, but I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen, you're actually attracting what you don't want, because you're putting more thought into what you don't want instead of putting more thought towards, what do I want? What is it that I truly desire? What am I passionate about? I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I was kind of rambling a little bit, like beating around the bush of what I was trying to say, but overall, don't get in your own way, because there's really no one else to blame if things don't go the way you want them to. You would be the only person to blame for that one, all right? Because your prayers are being heard. Things don't always have to look the way you want them to at first, because it's just the process. It's just beginning. When you build something, it's not going to look pretty right off the bat. It might look a little bit ugly for a second, you know? It's like creating a painting. It's not going to look like a masterpiece right off the bat. It's going to look a little bit weird for a while before the painting is finished. So that's the big message that I'm getting for you, Aries, sun and rising signs. Okay, this is for those of you with sun and or rising in Aries, all right? Or at least that's what I intend to resonate within that placement in your chart. I'm strongly focused on that, your sun and your rising sign, Aries. Don't get in your own way. All right, let's see. Let's pull a couple more oracle messages for you, Aries, sun and rising signs, for April 2023. One more time for Aries, sun and rising signs for their April 2023 messages. Yeah, protection guardian. Drop your shields. This is what April's all about for you. Whatever it is that you've prayed for, Aries, do your protection rituals, pray for protection. You know, definitely you should protect yourself from the things that you don't want. But if you focus on that too much, you're just going to end up attracting what you don't want. I also see this, Aries, sun and rising, as you are protected anyway. So what is there to worry about? What is there to be concerned about? Why are you so worried that this is not going to work out in your favor? You should be focused on it working out in your favor, not things going against you, being placed against you, right? Yeah. Bottom of the deck, you have Druid, hold space. So instead of trying to beat against the current here, Aries, and trying to chase after something or trying to push against something, you should just accept. Be in the present moment. You should just open space in your heart, in your mind, and in your soul for goodness to be placed inside of those spaces, not try to push out. It's almost like you already have a shield up against this person or this place or this thing that you've prayed for, right? It's almost like, oh, I'm praying for a soulmate, or I want to fall in love with somebody. I want to attract somebody that I can just get along with, whether it's friend or romantic partner. But then like when that person comes to you, you kind of push them away because you have trust issues. You know what I mean? Like it's just counterproductive. You're counteracting the process, right? So there's really nothing for you to worry about here. I'm not really sure exactly what this is talking about. If this is a person, a place that you want to go to, if this is a job, if this is a career path, if this is again a possession, a car, getting your car fixed, going to college, a new friend, or improving a friendship, improving a romantic partnership that you're already in, whatever it is that you're looking to improve, or something that you want and you desire it, something that you want to happen in your life, you'd be surprised how often you are actually pushing that away. That very thing that you've prayed for, you'd be surprised how it's right in front of you, but you're pushing it away. And you may be a little bit oblivious to that, Aries. Some of you may not be, okay? If you can't really think about what it is, like really sit down and think about it, like ground yourself, because I really feel like grounding energy is needed. Really do some grounding meditations, or walk outside, go sit down under a tree somewhere, you know, sit by the water, you know, just go someplace where it's quiet, get away from your phone, and really just sit down and think about, okay, what are some things that I'm doing that's actually pushing away the things that I've been asking for? Because you know, you have a lot of people who are just like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, but like life sucks. You know, every time I pray for something, you know, it never gets given to me. God hates me, or the universe is shitting on me. And it's just like, that's not how it works. If you ask for something and you are not paying attention to how you are reacting to those blessings being brought to you, more than likely you're pushing it away. More than likely you're the culprit. You're the one that's causing things to be turned upside down instead of just making it flow. You're the one with the wand here. You're the one with the powers. You're the one with the key, Aries. Right? If you're pushing and pushing for something to happen and the universe keeps pushing against you, that's probably the moment where you should stop and think, okay, maybe this is not what I'm maybe I'm pushing towards the wrong thing, or I'm pushing in the wrong ways. Right? But then that's when the situation where you need to really think about, that's when you reach the situation of needing to accept change. Because if you're not open to change, Aries, as a person, and it makes you uncomfortable and you kind of push against change, then that's something that you need to work on first before you can expect to hold space for this new thing, or for this thing, this relationship, this thing, this place, whatever, to improve. If you're looking for improvement, you got to be willing to improve within that situation too. So you got to always look at yourself. That's one thing that I always tell people. Look at yourself first. You know, before you look externally at, you know, this somebody else, like look at how you're contributing to the situation too, right? So let's pull 3 tarot cards here for April 2023 for Aries, Sun and Rising Signs. What is their guidance regarding these oracle messages for Aries, Sun and Rising for April 2023? This is very interesting. Aries, Sun and Rising for April 2023. All right, so you have the, sorry, my nose is itching. Ever since I started your reading, y'all, my nose has been itching. So I know that this is saying something to somebody. Okay, my spirit guides are just really close to me right now. We have the 9 of Cups or the 9 of Elixirs here. Okay, we have the 10 of Rods. Yeah, so there is wish fulfillment here. Like your prayers are being answered, y'all, but there's some work that needs to be done here, but it just seems like you're making the burden heavier than what it has to be. Some of you guys may be dealing with a Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and then we have the 5 of Rods as well, so there's more Leo here. So some of you guys may have Leo in your Sun or your Rising, or this is in another placement in your chart that you need to look into, or you're dealing with a Leo or a water sign. Bottom of the deck we have the Fool. So this is about taking that leap of faith. It's not just about taking a leap of faith. The Fool here is like, I don't know what is ahead. I don't know, like, if I jump off of this precipice, if I'm even gonna be safe and land safely, right? Which they will. However, you don't know the journey ahead, but if you continue to try to write the narrative before even experiencing it first, you're creating a block. Aries, Sun and Rising signs. If you're afraid that somebody's going to attack you, you're afraid that somebody is going to intrude, in your, past your boundaries of privacy and not respect your boundaries. If you're afraid of being judged a certain way, you really don't need to worry about that. That shouldn't even be a thought. It doesn't, because that doesn't matter. When it comes to the things that you want and that you pray for, it doesn't matter. These people are not answering your prayers, right? The universe is. The universe knows what's best. Your creator, your higher self, what have you. Your spirit guides or your ancestors. So if you're so caught up in the how it's gonna happen, or if you're so caught up in, the behind the scenes, like the behind the scenes is not up to us. That's up to the universe to decide, right? That's not up to us. You just need to do what you're supposed to do, what you're being guided to do, what I'm seeing here is to hold space for positivity, optimism, for love, for joy, for wish fulfillment and success and prosperity. Hold space for those things. Don't hold space for doubt, hatred, anger, frustration, anxiety, fear, what have you. That stuff is going to be out there, period. Okay? As human beings, that's our baseline. It's just negativity a lot of the time. Try to make your baseline positivity, right? That should be your baseline. Let's go ahead and clarify these tarot cards, you guys. Clarify these tarot cards for Aries, Sun and Rising signs for April 2023. This is your season, y'all. Like, April is half of your season. Make it count, as I always say to everybody whose birthdays. Yep. Ace of Elixirs. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Like I said, some of you guys have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your chart, or there is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio who is going to answer your prayers, or who is here to be a part of that answer to your prayer. So this can be a relationship, friendship, family, romantic partnership, what have you. It's about something that you love. If this is not a relationship, this is about your wishes being fulfilled. This is about your heart being full. There's something that you want and it's going to fill your heart up. At least that's what you believe. But if you're blocking that and you're like, oh, I have trust issues, I can't trust that person, I can't trust that this is going to work out for me, well, then that's the narrative that you're writing. Okay? That is on you, Aries. We have the Tower. There's Scorpio. Pluto is an Aquarius. Okay? So when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your romantic partnerships, your friendships, how you put yourself out into the world, when it comes to your career and how you make money, everybody is being affected by that, right? So Aries, Sun and Rising, let the change happen. Let the change happen. Stop trying to carry so much on your shoulders, thinking like, well, if I keep carrying this relationship or this friendship or this family relationship, if I keep carrying this job, at some point, you know, I'm gonna make it. But no, looking at this Tower card, you're not. You're just gonna fall. You're gonna crumble, right? It's gonna be too much to the point where this Tower has to fall. So something is holding you back, Aries, from what you truly desire. Maybe it's where you live. You know that where you live is not where you should be. Maybe it's because your family lives there, or you got a lot of your friends, you know, childhood memories. Make some new memories, y'all. If you need to move someplace better, move, right? If there's a job where you know it's going to fulfill you, or a career path, go for that career path. Quit your job. Like, if you don't feel like quitting your job right now, and you know it's not practical to do so, don't do that. I'm not saying you should just quit your job, but if it feels right and your soul is like, yes, quit your job, and your spirit guides are, then quit your job. Don't just quit just because I'm saying it, okay? I don't want y'all coming after me, but if you continue to carry this burden thinking that I'll make it at some point, no, you won't. You're just going to remain discouraged. You're going to remain heavy. Your heart's not going to be full. The Tower will fall. When towers fall, we don't have control over that, right? So either you're going to let this Tower fall and you're just going to have to deal with it and figure out how to put the pieces back together, or you're going to cause the Tower moment and be like, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and, like, you know, go ahead and throw in the towel on this situation because it's not worth my time anymore, right? The Ace of Cups, when I see the Ace of Cups, this is someone who knows their worth. Their cup is never empty. It's always full. That is really coming to an understanding of who you are and your worth. You are worthy of good things, all good things, Aries, as long as you are putting in the work and creating good karma for yourselves. Okay, and then yeah, we have Scorpio again, death. So no, you don't have a choice, Aries, Sun and Rising. This needs to happen because whoever you're dealing with or whatever you're dealing with, there's a lot of arguments, there's a lot of discrepancy, there may be even some violence. If you live someplace where there's a lot of violence and there's people who are stealing, you may live someplace where there's a lot of theft. You know, you don't feel safe in your own home. You don't feel safe with your kids being at home. You don't feel safe with your kids walking outside by themselves. You don't feel safe going out for a walk by yourself. You don't feel safe parking your car someplace. That means it's time to move. And you may be living there because you're like, well, I can't afford to live anywhere else. The universe will make it happen. Period. It'll make it happen. So don't get in your mind that you already know more than the universe. The universe knows way more than we do. You just got to go with the flow with it, no matter how it looks. Okay? And then we have the 7. Sorry, my nose is really tickling y'all with your reading. We have the 7 of Wands. That's Leo energy again. It's time to form your own path now. It's time to take that risk. Whatever that risk is, whether it's quitting your job, getting a new one, or applying to a new job, whether it's changing your career path, whether it's getting into a relationship that you're so afraid of, but you're just like, you may feel like it's too good to be true. But this is your time now. We are in a new astrological year. Your season, Aries, it begins the new astrological year, new beginnings, period. If you're not ready for your own season, how can you expect the rest of us to be ready, right? This is huge for you guys, Aries, Sun and Rising. So that's what I have for you, Aries. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Aries.
Thank you.